So, hello everyone, I'm Aviv and this is
Yaron,
and we're from Helios. And today we're going to discuss with you about reproductions issues and why it's important, why engineers are doing that, what tools do we have and what challenges we are facing those days. Both of us are from Helios, a new and cool startup that developing a platform for troubleshoot and testing microservices environment. So let's discuss the thing we should discuss. So Yaron, what is reproduction?
Okay,
Reproducing. Reproduce.
Yes. Reproduction.
Reproduction.
Yes.
Errors.
Yes, not other things. So reproduction in software engineering is, let's say we have an issue in production or someone tells us that something went wrong. The first thing we want to be able to do is to reproduce it, meaning we want to make it happen again.
Okay, and why it's important?
Okay, so if we are able to produce it, it is deterministic. Sometimes, you know, we have issues which are sporadic, they're not consistent, and are not reproducible. So when something becomes reproducible, we can usually share it with other people, let go of the, it happens to me locally, and the other person tells you, I don't see anything wrong on my end, okay? This is very deterministic.
Happens to me all the time.
Yes?
Every time.
So this way we have reproduction. The most important thing is when you have an issue, you find it, you are able to reproduce it, and you fix it, the reproduction should reassure you and your friends and peers and support people that everything really is working well and you have fixed the problem.
And also for the customers.
Of course, yes.
The most important thing. So right now in our startup, we're shifting from a monolith to microservices. How does it affect reproducing issues?
Okay, so we all worked on monoliths before. Everything was easy because the entry points were just simple HTTP calls. So you had just one service, one container. But now when you have distributed systems, it's very hard to reproduce a problem which starts at service A, goes to service B, goes to the database, goes to some Kafka queue, then gets to service C, and you have no idea where your problem is.
Much more complex, you say.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand. So how do you reproduce problems today?
Okay, so, you know, there are lots of tools today, whether if it's logs, metrics. So let's say I have an issue. I go to Sentry or Airbrake or logs, whatever gives me an alert. I see the bad log, I copy the data, and usually I do a manual call to this endpoint, trying to reproduce it somehow, yes? So, and to make it happen, I need to go from here and scrape a little piece of information from this place and another one from the other place. And eventually finding out that I make the call that I'm missing something. Probably, mostly it's a token or a header, that it's really hard for me to make this call in production again to that endpoint which has some problem.
So in other words, what you need to do is to parse the logs, understand manually what happened, what occurs, or what caused the problem, and then copy and paste it in the UI, the CLI, or everything else, and then use it to reproduce the error. Am I right?
Yes, it's pretty complicated today because, you know, you have so many moving things that you have to copy and take this data, and it takes time, takes a lot of time.
And I believe that it became more harder when you're using asynchronous systems, like if you have any message broker in the middle, like Kafka or something like that.
Yes, this makes it even more complex because let's say you have a Kafka queue and then I send a message to it, and the problem is with the message at the consumer side. So I need to set up a server and to send a message. It makes it even more complicated than a simple HTTP call.
Tough,
yes,
really tough. So what can we do if we want to make things easier?
Okay, so let's say I know my system, I can write some Python script that
you know what? I have an issue on production. Right now, I got an error from Sentry.
Okay.
Can I open it?
Okay, let's try.
And then let's try to reproduce it faster together.
Let's see.
So I'm open Sentry and I'm sharing my screen. I hope you will see it. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
You see my screen. Okay, cool. So this is a Sentry for the people who don't know what Sentry is. It's a monitoring tool that alerts engineers when they have any issue in production. So right now I got an alert from Sentry directly to my Slack, and I see that there was an error on my server. But what is the problem in this page, Yaron?
I just see the log, the error that caused maybe the application to crash, but I have no idea where it came from. Who is the user? I see unknown user. I don't know who made the call. I have no idea how I'm able to reproduce it.
Yeah, it's really hard to reproduce it from the data that we see here. So luckily, we have Helios integrated into Sentry. So we will open a trace. Trace is a collection of all the spans that occur in the system that caused by a specific trigger, like a REST request, Kafka request, anything like that. So now we will see a trace, and for the ones of you that doesn't familiar with Helios, here you can see a full trace. You can see all the payloads, all the attributes, and how data flows inside the system.
And we can see the error here in red, right?
And there is the error, and we see invalid currency Bitcoin. It's pretty indicative, but we want to reproduce that issue. So, Yaron, what tools do we have if we want to reproduce issue like that?
So we can create some script, a Python script maybe.
Yeah,
that will
let's
make
start.
the original call. So we have the original call on top, right?
Yeah, we have
the
here.
data here. Yeah,
we have
this
all
was
the
the
payloads
post
and all
request.
that. So
Okay.
If you're allowing me, I will start writing the code that will rerun everything. So I choose Python, and I believe that I will use request because this is a REST request, right?
Yes.
And then we want the headers, we want the body,
We want the URL,
and we want the URL. We want everything.
yes.
So let's prepare everything.
Wait,
then,
but Aviv, actually, you can take all this data straight from Helios.
Really?
Go back to Helios.
No way. Yeah.
Click those 3 dots on top.
Here?
Yes.
Okay.
Do generate trigger code.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will see
that
we have also JavaScript,
Python.
Yes.
So I can copy it and
you can copy
and it's all the headers and the payloads.
Everything you wanted, yes.
Amazing. So I will copy that. Let's say call it replay issue, right?
Yes, Bitcoin issue, whatever.
Whatever. And
maybe you want to print the response on
yeah. It will be amazing if we can do it. The dot content, right? And let's run it.
Save the file.
Yes. You are so sharp, Yaron. And let's see if it works. Oh no. Oh yeah, I know what the problem is. The problem is it's configured to the demo. Let's change it to the local environment because I have the local environment running.
Wait, but stop right here. So here we can actually change the parameters.
Yeah.
So you're changing now to localhost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it's directly influence the UI. Nice, amazing. So let's copy it, paste it. Let's do the print again.
Yes. And save the file and run it again.
Oh no, SSL issue.
Yes, so let's remove the S from the HTTPS.
Right. We can also do it from Helios itself, right? If we'll go to here.
Yes, we can change on Python. When you edit it, you can change the schema.
To HTTP, amazing, yes. Cool.
But don't overwrite it because you already changed it. Let's run it. User
could not be found.
Okay, so this is a different issue.
It's because I'm not using the same user.
Yes.
So first I need to create that user. Let's create that user. And now let's run it. Because it's not
so let's change the user
to
demo get Helios dev.
Yeah, you're right.
So we can also do it on Helios, or you can do it straight in the code. Let's do it straight in the code.
Yeah.
In the replay issue. Actually, you can also see this user could not be found also, right? But let's do the reproduction.
Yeah,
first.
let's focus on the reproduction.
Yes.
Okay. User already. This is the create. Yes. Okay. Oh, okay. Now it's work. So now can I see the trace in any kind of way?
Yes, if you're running on your local environment and you're working
here.
Yes, this is local.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to traces and you will see the latest traces. Here, so this is the call you've made.
Yeah, 0.3 Bitcoin. Let's be sure. Let's just change the Bitcoin to, I don't know. Can you give me any number? 0.555, and let's run it just to make sure.
Yes, this is the call.
It's this trace.
Yes.
And let's see. Let's see.
Wait, and we will get an indication that we have new data.
Let's give it 5 seconds.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, amazing.
Refresh.
Yeah, and actually this is the actual request, and we can see that we have a logo here that it traced, it generated by Helios.
Yes.
So amazing.
So
amazing.
let's see the visualization.
Let's see the visualization.
And so the request was okay, it returned okay, but actually deep down inside we have the error.
Yeah, because there is a Kafka in the middle, and this is the asynchronous request. So this is the reason we can't get the response of.
And this is another big issue with distributed systems. Sometimes, there are asynchronous flows that happen, and the request always return 200 or okay status, and you have no idea what happens down the line. So over here in the trace, you see actually that the call failed.
Amazing.
Yes, but let's say if you want to, so in this case, really, let's say, Aviv, we want to focus on the financial service, okay? So we can take this, right?
Yeah.
And we want to do only this, okay? So we can create a trigger only for it, okay? And make this specific call, okay? Maybe we can change it. We want, you have it running locally as well, right?
Yeah.
So if we write it on a local host, but we have to change the port, right? So let's do localhost.
And the port is still.
It takes it. Okay. Yeah. Copy it. Now let's try and do this again.
Okay. It seems
we didn't print the response.
Print the response, exactly. Okay. Invalid currency Bitcoin, amazing.
Interesting. Now let's change the currency. What currencies do we have?
Let's also print the status code. 400.
Yes, exactly.
Cool, really cool. And this is in the deep layer of the request.
Yes.
So it's not the first request. It's even not the second request inside the trace. It's the third request in the trace.
Yes. So now from
deep inside the layers.
Yes. So now from Sentry, we go to the original error. We managed to reproduce the original call so that it doesn't tell us anything. Then we saw where the problem is inside the trace. We reproduced it and we know exactly what is the problem.
Amazing.
Really amazing. And how much time did it take us? Just a few minutes, right?
Few seconds.
Yes.
But Yaron, do we have any other tool? Because it's a little bit too much to write a script. So now we don't have a lot of data, but if we have tons of data and all kinds of parameters and headers, it couldn't be really tedious to work with that.
What, with the script?
Yeah. Do we have any other tools that can help us?
Actually, I'm sure most of people, developers, use also curl, the hardcore people, and also use Postman.
So let's try with curl. Let's start with curl.
Okay, let's start with curl.
So let's open a terminal, right? This is a terminal. All of you can see this. So do you remember the syntax of curl request?
Not really. I use Postman mostly, or
yes, Postman. Okay, I can read about curl.
Yes, but now you have Helios. You don't need.
You have it in Helios.
Yes, you don't. Let's do something different. Maybe we'll take another flow. Let's take the deposits. Let's take the call to Kafka. See if Helios could reproduce it for us.
This call.
The bottom one.
The bottom one.
It takes the consumer.
Okay.
Okay. Let's generate a trigger. Okay. So what we get here this is actually just for Python and JavaScript, but you can actually use it to generate Kafka messages. But let's go back and take a curl call, because curl only supports HTTP requests, and we have everything here. We can also again edit the parameters if we want to make a local call. Okay, we're already on localhost
1.4 now.
But maybe we'll do something that will work or no? Which currency?
Now we are focusing on the
reproduction. Okay, so let's do the reproduction. So let's copy this and see if this works.
Let's see. So I know I don't need to remember the curl command.
No, just have
my God, it works.
Yes,
and let's see if we can see it. Yeah, new traces. Let's go back to here, and I believe we don't see it yet. Let's give it a few seconds.
Here, yeah, this is the 0.4.
Amazing.
And it's exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
Also triggered by Helios, because we used Helios to trigger it.
Amazing.
Yes.
So we have a curl command, but the issue with curl command that it's not easy to see the response, right? So I believe that most of the people in the world that want to reproduce issues would like to use Postman maybe instead.
Yes.
So let's try to reproduce this issue on using Postman.
Let's use Postman.
Okay, so this is my Postman. I can create a new HTTP request. And now I need to fill up all the parameters, right? So I can go to the trace again and just copy and paste it, right?
Yes.
So let's start. Let's copy it.
But Aviv,
yes, Yaron.
You already have Postman
you
as
have
well.
it in Helios also.
Yes. So go here to the 3 dots, generate a trigger code. Go to Postman.
Wow. Okay.
And you have it.
Amazing.
You have the JSON, so all you need to do is import it.
Amazing. This is the one, right?
Yes, this is the one. It's even named API service because it goes to the API service. And here we have the code.
Amazing.
With
and
the
this
body
is the body and this is the header.
Let's change it again. Let's change the amount again and see
if we
can see.
.444.
And again, we see the hidden error inside, and
it's not a hidden error.
No,
there is an hidden
down
error
the line.
inside.
Yes,
yeah,
in the financial
let's check
service.
it. Let's see it in action.
Yeah, so actually, Aviv, you can see the little triangle here. You see, maybe hover on it.
Wow.
Yeah, so we see that this trace actually down the line, we see the error here as well.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing, really amazing. Okay, so this is really cool stuff. There is any other tool that can help me to reproduce issue?
Seriously, I've been using it for our own development here, and every time we have issues in production or even on our local environments, as you can see, Aviv just made the calls and on his local environment, and we see the traces in the app in production. So you can actually reproduce it on any environment you would like and play with the parameters. And seriously, it helps us a lot. I won't reveal our infrastructure, but it helped us debugging Kafka, use Kafka messages, third parties calls. You know, sometimes your service connects to a third party and returns an error, and you don't have visibility for it. So this is amazing. So
amazing. So next time you need to reproduce anything, give us a call or just go to our website. You can play with our product freely. We have an open sandbox, open registration. You don't need anyone if you want to install us, and it's just a few minutes of installation. So feel free. And Yaron, do we have any other tool that can help us to reproduce issues? Because I don't want to use all those third-party solutions.
Okay, I see. So let's say you are very, very lazy.
I'm super lazy.
And yes, you needed.
I want to play in the Xbox all day.
95% of your work, except of running it in curl or Postman, right? So actually, let's go to one of the traces.
Yeah.
So actually, we have our own CLI, which triggers the call.
This one.
Yes.
And if I want to edit the parameters, I'm doing it here.
The same, yes. Let's change the amount also.
Yeah.
So we can see the difference.
Yeah, but I think that now the problem is that I try to transfer Bitcoin and not other currencies.
Okay,
so let's
so
change
here-
it to US dollars.
Okay, let's see.
Okay.
So let's run it.
I'm excited.
Yes.
Okay.
The trigger was executed and it opened it immediately in Helios. We didn't need to go to the traces to wait. We opened it right away.
Amazing.
And we see everything. And actually here we don't see the error anymore.
We see another error that the
Yes.
amount must be at least 0.5.
Ah, it was too small.
So let's change it and let's take another look
Let's
on
use
that.
this again. Because this is the easiest way to reproduce issues.
Amazing. So let's do 0. Let's do it $1 or
Yes.
111 or 1337 lit errors.
Lit errors.
Lit
So let's run it again.
Let's run it. Tam 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 tam. Whoa.
Okay, and it opens automatically.
But let's give it some more seconds.
Yes, it takes a bit of
time
time
and
for
it's still
all
in
the
beta.
data. Yes.
Whoa.
So now we see
Full
a full
trace.
Yes.
We see the data. We see that there was a charged stripe. We can see and investigate the payloads. Amazing, amazing.
Yes.
So, Yaron, do you have any words for the ones that want to reproduce issues in production next time they face one?
Just try it out. You will see how there are no words except of this beautiful trace.
Amazing. So
Yes.
next time you need to troubleshoot an issue and you want to reproduce any issue, whether it is in production, staging, local environment, anywhere, think about us. We can really help you save tons of time. So it was really fun to be here with you, and I hope we gave you some value. And if you want next time to reproduce anything, try Helios. You have a free tier of a month, and our product is open for everyone. So everyone are welcome to register and join and use us. So that's all.
Yes. Thank you, Aviv.
Thank you, Yaron. And all of you have a great day.